Okie dokie. Last week you spent some time using your plan to make paragraphs. Remember, the directions say this has to be several paragraphs long. And so we're doing our best to tell all of our opinion is the same that you should buy this monster. And then each student has their own reasons with examples. The first reason, the second reason, the third reason, with very clear and descriptive paragraphs. So over the weekend, I took some time to read what you have so far, and I left you some comments. You'll notice those when you log in to see your work. For example, I read this sentence. I'm going to click on this comment, and it says, "A scary is awesome." I'm not really sure that makes sense. And so that's what the comment that I wrote was. So whenever I make a change, a scary monster is awesome. Now that I've made the change, I can hit the check mark. If you have a lot of comments over here, it would not be very wise just to go check, 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 and click them all without reading what they say because it took me a long time to leave all those comments. So please make sure you're reading and addressing each one. When I click on this comment, it highlights yellow. The third reason you should buy my monster is because, and I said, this is incomplete. Please add more. Oh, okay. Because it is large. Now I've corrected that sentence, I can hit the check mark. After you feel like you have added everything in your essay, you don't want to add anything more, we can still make it better. The very first draft is usually not the best one. So I want to remind you that in your writing notebook, you have this great list of strong verbs, verbs that can make your writing more interesting to the reader. So I'm going to look at my writing for some verbs. The first reason you should buy my monster is he is scary. For example, when you are waiting in line at the grocery store. Waiting is a verb. Maybe I could put standing. Maybe there's something over here that might make me feel more inspired than waiting. Wrestling in line at the grocery store, zapping in line, struggling in line. I'm not sure that these are the best for me. I'm okay with waiting right now, so let's see what other verbs I could write. When the other customers see a giant scary monster grinning with big sharp teeth, they will all leave their carts and run out of the store. I think run is a pretty simple verb. I could exchange that with launch themselves out of the store. They will slink out of the store. I like slink because that gives me a vision in my head of just like running out of the store, but they're kind of like up against the wall, really nervous, like, "Oh, okay, it's really scary." So I'm going to say they will leave their carts and slink out of the store. So I want to go back and add some strong verbs. I also want to remind you in your writing notebook, you have a list of some dead words, words that are not that are too used too often. And so I want to encourage you to switch some of them out for some better ones. Instead of said, use words like replied, mentioned, yelled, or laughed. Instead of very scary, extremely, incredibly, truly, especially. These are better, more strong words to make your writing more interesting. The last thing that you might want to do in your writing notebook is look for figurative language booklet. There's way you can add onomatopoeia, similes, and metaphors, ways to make your writing more interesting. Once you have added everything you've gone through, you've read it several times, there's everything in there that you want. Then you are going to do the revising checklist. And you're going to just look at this yourself. You're going to make sure, do I state my opinion? And circle yes or no. Did I use correct spelling? Well, here I've been worried about verbs this whole time and strong words. I haven't even looked for spelling mistakes. So I'll go back and look for spelling mistakes. Do I use correct grammar? Do I state my opinion in the beginning? Do I give at least 3 reasons with examples? Do I wrap it up by restating my opinion at the end? And will the reader be persuaded to actually buy my monster? It would again not be very smart just to circle yes, 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 yes without actually going back to check these 3 things. So make sure that you're setting yourself up for success because tomorrow you're going to be editing with a partner. And if you don't have these things, it might feel embarrassing. So let's be proactive today and make sure we take care of all the business we need to so that tomorrow, when someone new reads your writing, you'll be totally prepared. Good luck revising today.